We're in Las Vegas. Who's going to win, baby? It's the WWE Money in the Bank pay-per-view on the 2nd of July 2022. I'm looking at this card and the first thing I'm thinking of is, where the fuck is the champion? How can you have a good show? How can you take a wrestling company seriously when they don't take the title seriously? They don't give a shit about the title. The title's worthless. We've not seen the champion defend the title in 3 pay-per-views in a row. What the fuck? The title's never there. The champion's never there. There's no belts to defend it. There's no world titles for anybody else to go after. How can you take this shit seriously? The world title should always be the forefront of there should be the focus, of the show, of the company. And at the moment, it's not, because Roman Reigns is fucking sitting at home, probably wanking himself off, thinking that his bloodline gimmick's great, where in reality we got bored of it over a year ago and we need someone else to have the belt. So, I mean, fuck Roman Reigns and fuck him having both titles. Makes zero sense. These titles should be on Raw. These titles should be in SmackDown. We should have 2 world title matches tonight. We should have a Universal title match. We should have a WWE Championship match on fucking Raw. I mean, you could have had Sheamus, Drew McIntyre for the Universal title. Why not? On SmackDown. On Raw, maybe we could have had Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley. How good would that have been? You add those 2 matches to the card, because let's be real, Money in the Bank match, you can easily just put somebody else in. The participants in the Money in the Bank match ain't really a big deal compared to single matches and stuff like that. So imagine those 2 matches tonight. How better would the card look? But no. We have Roman Reigns holding both belts hostage at home, so you know what the fuck? We'll go through this show. I don't think it's going to be any good, but I'll give my predictions. I'll preview it, and then we'll see what happens. So, kicking off, I don't know. I'm just going to go in order that WWE's listed the matches here, so I don't know what's going to start the show with. But first up, United States Championship match: Austin Theory, the champion, versus Bobby Lashley, the challenger. About a month ago, Bobby Lashley beat Omos. He grabbed a replica WWE Championship from the crowd and he was pointing to it and he was putting it around his waist, signaling he wants to be the new world champion. But how can he be the world champion when there's no world titles to compete for? I thought it was dumb putting him against Austin Theory. I thought it was dumb putting him in the United States Championship match, a secondary title. But then I thought about it and I was thinking, well, at the moment this title's kind of like the primary belt on Raw, because there is no other belt. So I guess if you look at it from that standpoint, Bobby Lashley is going after the top belt on Raw. So, I mean, whatever. I don't think Lashley will win. I think they'll keep the belt on Theory. Just seems like Lashley then needs to take a bad loss when he shouldn't have to. Maybe Austin Theory will get counted out or something. I don't know. I'm going to go with Theory winning. Hopefully doesn't. I don't think he'll beat Lashley clean, but I think he'll walk out with the belt. Am I excited for this match? I mean, not really. They've had some pose downs and stuff like that, but I don't know. Theory Lashley isn't exactly getting me excited. Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship match. Talk about the world titles not being on the shows. I mean, the tag titles are getting just as bad, and I understand the Usos are actually there. But again, I mean, it's one team holding both sets of titles. And it's shit. It fucking is. They're taking on the street. But let's be real. Even if the tag titles weren't unified, the tag team division on both shows is horrendous. Honestly, I think this is not actually a bad idea, unifying the tag belts. Even if you combine the tag teams from both brands, the tag team division's still shit. So I guess they can't afford to have, it makes no sense really to have 2 sets of tag titles. But this will take on the Street Profits. Are we really supposed to believe the Street Profits are going to win this? I know Montez Ford beat one of the Usos on Raw, but I mean, I can finally see the Street Profits splitting up tonight. There was talk on SmackDown, apparently, that they're, not getting along at the moment. And I think Montez Ford will get turned on by Dawkins. I think Montez Ford is a level above Dawkins as well. Dawkins is kind of holding him back, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, no, I would expect the Usos to retain here, and maybe the Street Profits splitting up. We'll have to wait and see. Raw Women's Championship match: Bianca Belair versus Carmella. I mean, what is there to say about this? I can't stand Bianca Belair. She fucking sucks, but she's going to win this match. Carmella, stand-in replacement for Rhea Ripley, who's got COVID. It might be longer than the last match they had, but Bianca Belair will win this relatively easy and retain the Raw Women's Championship. Next, SmackDown Women's Championship: Ronda Rousey versus Natalya. Don't like any of them. I do think Natalia's done some of her best work though in WWE in recent weeks. I actually think she's been on point. Or maybe it's just because she's been up against Ronda Rousey and Rousey's that bad on the mic that everything Natalia's doing sounds great. But no, I do think Natalia's been decent over the past couple weeks. And I don't know, I mean, would I be against the Natalya win here? She ain't going to win, so it's irrelevant. Ronda Rousey will win. Probably win with the arm bar. And again, this is just... It's setting up for, it's just, you know, biding Ronda Rousey's time for a bigger match at SummerSlam. I'm just praying, though, we don't get the return of Charlotte Flair tonight. The last thing I want to see is another Ronda Rousey fucking Charlotte match. I mean, surely Bayley must be due back soon, or, I don't know, just fucking beg Sasha Banks to come back. I would beg Sasha Banks, beg her to come back. Have Banks versus Rousey at SummerSlam. Please, for the love of God, do not do Charlotte Flair versus Rousey again. I'm going to go with Rousey to win this. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Lacey Evans, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Raquel Rodriguez, Asuka, Shotzi and Becky Lynch. Who's going to win this? I don't know. We've got 4 Raw, 3 SmackDown. I don't think it's going to be... I know it's not going to be Liv Morgan. She's been booked so strong lately. It's not going to be her. I don't think it'll be Raquel Rodriguez. Just newly up. I don't think... And she comes across as like, you know, this powerhouse. She doesn't really need that advantage of cashing in. Normally, I think the One in the Bank works better with a heel rather than a face. But my opinion, out of these contestants, I think this is going to be off the bat here. I'm going to go like, kind of. I think Lacey Evans could win this. I hope she doesn't. I really fucking hope she doesn't. But I think Lacey Evans could win this tonight. If not Lacey Evans, I would say it's going to be between Shotzi Blackheart and Alexa Bliss. Some people are saying Becky Lynch will win it and she'll be, you know, Bex in the Bank or Becky Banks or something like this. I mean, come on. Keep Becky Lynch out the title picture for the love of God, right? There's more people in this women's division than just Charlotte and Becky Lynch, right? It's not going to kill the company if you give them 6 months out the title picture. Honestly, it will not. Who knows? Maybe if you take those two out the title picture, by the time they get back into it, come WrestleMania season, maybe people won't be so pissed off and people actually won't mind it as much. So if we can just keep Charlotte and Becky Lynch out the title picture for now, that'd be great. Money in the Bank match, if I've got to be pushed, I've got a feeling they're going to go Lacey Evans. I'll say Lacey Evans with Shotzi Blackheart as my second pick. And in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, you've got Seth freaking Rollins, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Omos, Sami Zayn, Riddle and Madcap Moss, who I can't see him winning it. Honestly, out of these ones, I think it's going to be Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins just kind of looks good for this. I mean, Sami Zayn said if he won it, he would never cash it in on Roman Reigns. I do think they could do some good segments and some comedy if Sami Zayn had the briefcase and he was like, you know, the honourable member of the Bloodline. But I'm going to go with Seth freaking Rollins. I think he will win the Money in the Bank ladder match, guys. So that's my predictions. I'm going to go with Seth Rollins, Lacey Evans, Bianca Belair, Ronda Rousey, the Usos, and Austin Theory. Let me know what you think down below. That's my preview. That's my predictions. I'll be back for the review later tonight. But until then, peace.